welcome to your best shot at living the life you've always wanted. Today we have Elizabeth, who has a bachelor's degree in education and who has also been married for 2.5 years. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today. So Elizabeth has recently listened to a CD called Team Begins at Home, Husband and Wife Relationships with Orrin and Laurie Woodward. So tell us, Elizabeth, what are some of the bullet points that you took away from listening to this information?
Some things that I took away is in the beginning of the video, or in the beginning of it's an audio, they talked about dictatorship in the home versus leadership in the home. And I really like that because I feel like sometimes people feel like men are in control a lot and that they're the dictator and a marriage isn't equal. But then they talked about, but somebody has to be the leader of the family and somebody has to be in charge. So it's not necessarily being a ruler overall, but they're working together and someone's got to be the leader.
Oh, good. Well, good, yeah. So that's definitely a good bullet because we want to work together as a team.
Yeah.
Okay, so then tell us, since you've listened to the CD, what are some other bullets that were a good refresher or what you felt were helpful to be reminded about?
Something that I thought was helpful and a good reminder was to not be upset about unspoken things, because I think sometimes women expect things out of their husband and they get angry when their husband doesn't do it, but we have to remember that men aren't mind readers, and I think it goes the other way too, and women aren't mind readers either, and so we have to make sure that we're communicating good with your spouse and make sure that they're listening to you. Don't just assume that they heard you.
And so what do you think about when someone has a hard time saying sorry?
Oh, yeah. I have a hard time with that, but they talked about being more forgiving and not being afraid to say you're sorry, which sometimes is a hard thing to do because I think it's inherently in man to be prideful and to not want to say you're sorry and always think that you're right, but it is very important in a marriage.
Yeah, probably can go a long way, huh?
Yeah.
Especially in apologizing.
Yeah.
And so do you think this information would be helpful for like a new married couple?
Yeah, I think most definitely there are things that are in there, especially I would say with communicating with your husband, and also something that was in there that I liked, it was about the love languages they talked about, and they told a story about how they were sitting doing something and he asked her to go get some food, and she's like, I was thinking that he has 2 legs and he can go up and get his own food. Why is he asking me? And so she said, I'll do it in a minute. And then he asked her again, and she's like, fine. So she finally went and did it, and then I don't remember if he came walking in or something. And she's like, why are you coming in here? I came in here to get you food. And he's like, I just wanted you to notice those flowers that you had walked by a couple of times already and you haven't seen yet. And so then they talked about how our love languages are different, and sometimes it's service oriented, sometimes it's gifts. I forget all the love languages, but so it's really important to remember that everybody is different and you can't get upset with them because their love language is different. Everybody is different, and you gotta learn to accept it and be happy. And also, don't rely on your spouse to make you happy. You have to remember that she talked about she looks up, which means that she's referring to that she looks up to Christ to fulfill her true happiness and joy in life, and it's not dependent on her husband. So.
Oh, that's a very good tip.
Yeah.
That sounds really awesome. So we really appreciate the time that you took to listen to the CD and to share your opinion with us today.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, then if you'd like to learn more about the different materials that Life Leadership offers, go to jennadepew.com. Okay, thank you.